This episode's brought to you by Stormlancers. Fight together, rise together. Stormlancers is available this week on PC and Nintendo Switch 2.
Today's stories include Paramount Skydance launches a hostile bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. Netflix considered buying EA, and EA reportedly has no more plans for Dead Space. We'll have all this and more because this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kind of Funny Games Daily for Monday, December 8th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing Adeoye Jr. Joining me is the master of hype, Snowbike Mike.
My main man, Bless. Happy Monday, big dog.
Monday.
Good to see you. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Had a relaxed full weekend.
Oh, wow. That doesn't come out of your mouth often.
Yes.
Usually you're jam-packed, schedule, nonstop.
I mean, I did go to Oakland on Saturday. I did go to Oakland.
Yeah.
But
Hey, as long as you're having fun.
for the most part, I looked at my weekend. I was like, I'm going to start clearing my schedule because I'm not giving myself enough time to just relax and chill. I feel like I've been falling behind on the media I want to watch and play because I've been making too many plans. And so, man, that sounds like I'm bragging about being busy. I'm not bragging about being busy. I actually realized that I'm overexerting myself. And so this weekend, I chilled out, watched some Stranger Things. Come on.
All 4 episodes?
So I wanted to finish the last episode last night.
Okay.
But my Netflix was bugging out where it stopped loading the episode. And I tried turning it off again. I tried all these things. And I was like, well, I'm watching it in my room. I don't feel like moving to the living room because it was that late.
They got
I
to
was in
save the
bed.
power bill so they can pay for this big
Well, yeah, exactly. Literally, I was looking up online. I was like, is Netflix down? I don't know what was going on. It's probably just my little Amazon Fire Stick.
Of course,
It just wasn't doing its job. And so I switched over to Apple TV and watched the Charlie Brown Christmas special, and that put me to sleep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very pleasant.
Good. You're getting in the spirit. I like that. I love hearing that you took a nice, restful, relaxing weekend.
Yeah.
That's good. You're always working hard. You're always busy. So it's nice to reset, do a little cleaning, a lot of gaming.
A lot of cleaning.
I love
Did a little bit of gaming. Not as much gaming as I like, but I'm trying to fit it in there. It's just too many games.
Too many games.
Too many games.
Too many good games.
Metroid Prime. What about you? How do you like Stranger Things?
Oh, it's back.
Yeah.
I am somebody that loved Stranger Things. I think season 1, maybe 2 and 3, I started to fall off a little bit on. 4, I definitely stopped halfway through, but I got back on for this, right? Because I think Stranger Things has been kind of special to all of us in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you hate it, but it's left an impact on a lot of us from the streaming culture that we're going to talk about with Netflix and their purchase, right? But like when I think of Netflix, I think of Stranger Things, and I think of those kids, the cast, the story, the fun, the kind of chills and spooky vibes that we all got during those early seasons.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to go back. And I am happy to say that they brought me back. I am fully back into this.
Stranger Things usually has the stuff.
Yeah.
It's rare. I don't think, I'm sure there were some downtimes for Stranger Things, but I feel like overall they usually deliver. It definitely has a different feel now, though. I feel like the kids are too grown.
You know, I think that, but I think they look fine for high school. Like, they're believable high schoolers to me right now.
Sure.
At this moment, I look at them, I go, yeah, they're all getting kind of old. You know, 11 in particular on some of her scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a full-grown woman.
That's a
But,
woman
like,
right there.
At the same time, it's like, hey, these kids can pass for high school. Like, you got to suspend disbelief and just say, let's go have fun.
But I think for me, it's also the thing where we're just going to get into a full review, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like the characters aren't the same characters we started off with. And of course, character development, things change, time passes, these people become different people. But I look at their dynamics and I'm like, wow, this is just, you guys are just totally different characters now. Like Steve is not who Steve was. And I'm okay with it. But like, it's just so different. I will say they're doing a great job just on the overall plot because they know how to keep me going.
Good setup.
Good setup.
Everyone has a role.
Yeah.
And like this season, definitely with the 4 episodes so far, has a good feel of like, we're on the move and we're staying on the move and we're going to finish with a solid finish and we're going to get you excited for Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
You gonna watch the finale in theater? You see they're doing that?
No. I am someone when we talk about these deals, I've gone full home. It is tough to
don't do
get me
that.
to the theater.
Don't do
It is-
that.
It is harder and harder to get me to the theater.
I need the theater,
with
man.
the increase in prices.
You don't like that popcorn smell?
You know what?
You don't like spending too much money on popcorn?
Too much money on popcorn. Of course, my favorite Junior Mints, a large soda. It's all too much. The ticket is too much. The seats can be hit or miss. Sometimes you find a really comfortable seat.
Yeah.
Sometimes those seats are just not comfortable to sit in.
That's part of the experience,
And like
though.
I have fully moved to like, Just give it to me at home. I'll pay the $25 at home, and I will be totally happy.
Nah, man, you're boring.
Fine.
I love all of those imperfections about the theater is why I love the theater. It's the experience. It's going with people, and I also think our attention spans are so shot that like the theater is how I'm gonna watch a movie.
Yeah.
I can't pull out my phone. I can't
Okay.
get distracted. I am in a dark room with a big screen, and I can't go anywhere, so I have to pay attention.
See, I've been working on my attention span lately. I think that's thanks to streaming on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
It's like I do rarely look at my phone because I am locked in on the game. Now, of course, I'm also having a side conversation with chat most of the time, but like I am doing a much longer streams of like 8 hours of nothing but Expedition 33.
Yeah.
And like I will give you the plot verbatim, word for word of what's happening.
Which is huge.
Because I'm locked in.
I love the same thing. I think
I'm feeling locked in a lot more lately.
us having to sit here and talk to each other on these shows without looking at our phones. We look at
There's a computer screen right in front of me. With
Yeah.
the infinite internet here. Yeah.
But I do think it is a nice thing that it forces us to do that. And here's what I'll say, because on the very opposite note, I'm like thinking through, all right, how am I gonna fit in the TV watching I want to do with some of the video games I want to play? And I'm so excited to get home either today or tomorrow this week. Probably not today because I have volleyball, but probably tomorrow. Get home, bust out Metroid Prime 4 on my Switch, and put on the P Diddy documentary on TV.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to that experience.
hey, there you
which
go.
again is the antithesis. Is that ruining my attention span because I'm doing two things at once? Yes.
Yeah.
But also that sounds like make a coffee or make like a
love
hot
that
chocolate or something. Oh man, I'm
Can I
looking
put you
forward.
onto a Game of the Year contender that won't get enough love?
Sectori?
I've said this. Did you play it yet?
Oh, I gotta play more of it. I started it. I gotta
Okay,
get back
did you fight
to
one
it.
of the bosses?
No, not yet. Not
Hey,
yet.
Dude, that game's crazy, Bless. You put me on.
Sectori's fucking sick.
You put me on, Bless. That's
Yeah.
a good game. I was going to say Power Wash Simulator 2.
Oh.
I'll continue to make sure people remember that Power Wash Simulator 2 is out. It's a fantastic game. It's perfect if you want to watch the P. Diddy documentary while playing video games.
Okay.
That game rocks.
Okay.
If you need a relaxing weekend, Bless,
Yeah.
you just want to zone out to one of your favorite podcasts, but still feel like you're doing something, playing some games, Power Wash Simulator 2.
All right, I'll keep that in the back pocket.
Also play Sectori, though. That game's
Play
crazy.
Sectori for
Whoa.
sure. Let's get into it. Remember, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every week, they run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, some of your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Some housekeeping for you. Of course, the inaugural Kind of Funny Games Daily Awards is happening. Kind of Funny Games Daily is literally nothing without the hard work of an entire industry. So we're going to celebrate the people who make the news each and every day. Nominate your favorite sites, authors, and stories at kindoffunny.com/awards so we can show some love before the end of the year. That is kindoffunny.com/awards. Remember, we're an 11-person business all about live talk shows. So today, after KFGD, you're going to get Gamescast, which is Kind of Funny's 2025 holiday gift giving guide, which I'm very excited about. After Gamescast is a Kind of Funny podcast. Then the stream is Nick Plays Dispatch. Very exciting.
A highly requested stream that we were able to shove onto the books during a very busy day. Nick's playing.
Nick's going to love that game, I think.
We're gonna eliminate everyone in the room. It will just be
It's
Nick.
just going to be Nick.
Yeah, so there will be no
Nice.
distractions. That is the goal. As you talk about with the phone and stuff like that, we're gonna try to get Nick to lock in because I do think he'll really love it.
Hell yeah. If you're a Kind of Funny member, today's Gregway is going to be Greg reacting to the Monster Hunter Showcase. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney the Psalm Twining. For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 8 stories today.
A baker's dozen.
Very, very big news day, in which I would like to apologize to Barrett because I got here very late. I got to the standard is that we get here 10 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah.
I walked on like 1 minute before, partly because there's just so much news.
He's a busy
but
guy. He's a busy
yeah, I
guy.
definitely felt bad about that. I'm sorry, Barrett.
Barrett's very,
Because Barrett has to
accommodating.
set
He
up.
does
Barrett
his
has to
best.
like check the cameras. Barrett has to do everything.
Yes.
And I gave him
You
no
let me
time.
down, Bless.
I did. I apologize.
But not for the show.
Thank you.
Where are you at with Citizen Sleeper 2, Bless? Admit
Tell
it to
him,
me.
Bless.
Admit it to me.
I've been playing so little at a time. I need to just give myself the space and a coffee. Because the problem is that I start reading and I get tired.
It's a little tight.
I get a little tie. I start dozing off. A lot of reading. So what I need is a coffee and no distractions. I'm gonna try, Barrett. I'm gonna try for you.
I need you to try. Be better.
Story number 1. Paramount Skydance launches a hostile bid for Warner Brothers Discovery just days after Netflix agreement is reached. This comes from Tom Phillips at IGN. Super chat question for y'all. Hit me with your burning opinions about this. I don't have a specific question. I just want your burning opinions on this because this is one that very murky.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
We won't, that's I'm going to
Safe
say,
space.
Right?
Safe space for your thoughts.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Let us know. Paramount Skydance has launched a hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers Discovery in a dramatic new effort that could block Netflix from buying the company. Last week, Netflix emerged as the winner of a lengthy bidding war for Warner Brothers and announced plans to buy much of the century-old company for $72.5 billion. Paramount had been Netflix's biggest rival throughout the process and one which seemingly had the blessing of President Trump. Now, Paramount has said it will go straight to Warner Brothers shareholders with its all-cash $30 per share offer. Netflix's potential deal was for a $27.75 mix of cash and stock only for Warner Brothers Studio and streaming assets, while Paramount has said it wants the whole of Warner Brothers Discovery. Quote, WBD shareholders deserve an opportunity to consider our superior all-cash offer for their shares in the entire company, Paramount boss David Ellison said in a statement today, announcing his company's hostile bid. Quote, our public offer, which is on the same terms we provided to the Warner Brothers Discovery Board of Directors in private, provides superior value and a more certain and quicker path to completion. We believe the WBD Board of Directors is pursuing an inferior proposal which exposes shareholders to a mix of cash and stock, an uncertain future trading value of the global network's linear cable business, and a challenging regulatory approval process. We are taking our offer directly to shareholders to give them the opportunity to act in their own best interests and maximize the value of their shares. End quote. You got to love maximizing the value for shareholders, Mike.
I mean, I want the most out of my shares, is right.
Exactly.
Get the most out.
Get the most out of your shares. While it's difficult to compare the two companies' offers for Warner Brothers Discovery due to the different parts of the company each wants to provide, Ellison also suggests here that his deal was more likely to get approved and get done quicker. The suggestion comes following remarks made by President Trump over the weekend regarding Netflix's bid for Warner Brothers, as reported by BBC News, in which he suggested the sale, quote, could be a problem as it would see Netflix's big market share in TV streaming potentially go up by a lot. Trump has previously indicated he would be taking a personal interest in the deal as it goes through a regulatory process. Mike, a lot here.
Yeah, bless. This is a lot here, and unfortunately, I am not a fortune teller. I cannot tell you what will happen here. Only the future will tell us what's going to happen on this one, but it is an exciting one to at least talk about.
Yeah.
And kind of look at both sides here. It is interesting that we see another proposal come up, right? They kind of stepped in front of Netflix and said, hold on, we want to give you a better deal. We want all of this. And the Warner Bros. Kind of plot is a lot, right? And it's a play for IP, streaming rights on some sides, games in another conversation.
Yeah.
There's a lot at stake here, and it'll be very interesting to see. We've seen a lot of these acquisitions in the past. We know what it kind of leads to. Of course, it leads to a lot of layoffs and then rising in prices. So, I mean, I'm not too pleased about that, but I'm only paying $24.99 for my Netflix account at this time. So it's only going to go up from here.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about all of this is that I think we're in a very scary situation for all options that are on the table, because we talked about this, of course, is the video game news show, and so video games are often our point of reference for things. And the most recent big acquisition that we talked about for a very long time was Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. And I think through that process, a lot of us kind of came to learn and came to understand the fear and the scariness around big corporate acquisitions of other entities, partly from the monopoly side of things and how regulators get involved and how that becomes a very, extended process of, all right, what does this mean for the wide market and the variety of the kinds of products we can have out there? But then also, what does that mean for people's jobs? And oftentimes, in fact, and if not every time, a big acquisition like this is going to mean people are going to lose their jobs. And that's probably going to be true from the Netflix side, and that's probably going to be true from the Paramount side. I'm with you, not a fortune teller, have no idea where this is going to go as far as the Paramount stuff versus Netflix, who's going to get it. Based off of the words on paper, I lean toward the Paramount side because they make a very good argument about hey, you know, we can make this happen quicker. We're buying everything. Like, we're putting up more money. It's not stocks, like all this stuff. But again, this is one of those things that is on such a large scale that I think it's tough for anybody who's not like involved in this process to really predict where this is going to go on a big business level, on a pure, like, I guess, entertainment company level. I'm scared from all sides. On the video game level, also really tough to predict and talk about, because neither Netflix nor Paramount seem that deeply involved in wanting to make video games their business. Of course, Netflix has done video game stuff. They've not done it in like a big way. They've acquired studios, but it feels like we're currently in the process of Netflix being like, oh, this actually isn't working out for us. Let's fucking get out of here. And Paramount doesn't really have, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Like, I don't think they have any big video game company under their belt.
Video games,
yeah.
If you were to ask me, Bless, I'd be right there with you of like, both these companies don't seem to be in the video game space, right? Even Netflix, with where they're at, I would tell you, I bet you they would get rid of all of that video game stuff and just focus on the IPs that are going to drive the movies and the shows. I don't see them really double dipping, but both of these companies, to me, it doesn't feel like the game side of things will be their bread and butter. And I would see probably more acquisitions in the future of buying off those pieces as they kind of shed the dead weight in their eyes of what they don't do and what they don't need.
Yeah. Roger in chat mentions Skydance, which does have ties in video games, and Skydance is under Paramount.
Of course, Skydance, with their acquisition of Paramount in 2024. You also have Disney and Fox, that acquisition, right? So we're seeing this more and more, of course, Microsoft and Activision Blizzard King. So we're only seeing more and more of this, hey, let's gobble all of this up, right? And on the Netflix side of things, for the past 5 years, we've all said Netflix is delivering us nothing but slop, right? We want more out of that streaming service. We want our dollar to go further. And it is just a race to grab all of the IP, all of the big names that people know and are familiar with. And how do you get that and then be able to create more of that, or just kind of take their library and say, hey, I'm kind of boosting the value here because now I have HBO and all these titles that you know, come over here, right? So that seems to be, of course, the play that we all know.
Yeah. And it's so wild talking about all this, right? Because we're talking about Warner Brothers, which is such a large fucking business, and then on the video game side, we kind of get down to Warner Brothers games, which feels like such a small piece of Warner Brothers in the grand scheme of things.
In the video game space, it feels large, but yes, in the grand scheme of things, it's so small. Like it's an odd one to be in. It's also weird of like Warner Bros. Films, right? Felt like they had a pretty strong year this year. You could go back like almost month to month and like hit on a Warner Brothers film that was pretty solid and strong.
Yeah.
And it is interesting to see them now kind of back against the wall, ready to say, hey, take this, as if it wasn't enough, or they can see into the future and they're not going to make it there.
Yeah. I want to bring in some super chats, of course. I asked you guys to write in with your burning opinions here. Let's bring in Ty Wilkins video, who says the first licensed Paranormal Activity video game was announced, which is Paramount. We got one from Chris Wright, 6569, nice, who says Paramount seems to be more respectful to their IP in regards to games. This would include Ninja Turtles games, new SpongeBob game. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Y'all have heard me talk about the fucking Nickelodeon games and how it's almost like they don't give a fuck, right? But you're right as far as I could see how you loop in some of those IPs to make actual good games now if you're gonna do this with WB, but I also don't think that's a priority.
That also costs a lot of money, right?
Costs a lot of money.
I would have said that for Xbox as well, right? Look at them. They take care of their studios. They're going to do this and that. And then we just saw this merger happen. We've got none of the old games from the catalog. We've got nothing special and new, just more Call of Duty, pretty much the double down of Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's hard to believe that when like we just saw one large game company who is like known for games, and it's like, they're not delivering on that at all. And I don't know if this team would really be able to deliver on what I would want and believe in.
I think the tough thing to make it, the thing that makes it tough to speculate about this is that I just don't think they have games on their mind, like at all. Like I think they have entertainment on their mind. They have IP on their mind and all this shit, right? They have infrastructure on their mind. But I think video games to a Paramount or even to a Netflix in some regard, when you're buying WB, is such a small piece where it's like, buy them, think about what we'll do with that later. And maybe, like, I think it's a dream scenario as far as, oh yeah, we have WB games. What can we pair with them? The thing is, they already have all these studios already have like big IP that they've been paired with. You know what I mean? Like you can go in and be like, okay, instead of making a Batman, now make a Ninja Turtles. It's like, okay, sure, but I don't think this is a synergistic match in a way of everybody's now uplifted because you have all these IP to work with. It's like, no, I think what's going to happen is that they just end up getting sold. Like WB Games, maybe the individual studios just end up getting sold off to other people because either Paramount or Netflix is like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about these guys.
I would say, like, more likely Netflix would try to keep them at first just because they've been trying to do that video game stuff for years of, like, doing their own in-house stuff.
Yeah.
I think all of the Paramount stuff is, like, them licensing their IP. Like, I could see very likely that Paramount just, like, either cuts that entire division or, sells them.
Yeah, and that gets into a whole conversation of, all right, you're selling off these WB studios. How valuable are those studios without the IP that they work on? How valuable is another realm if, let's say, Paramount or Netflix wants to keep Mortal Kombat, which they will. Like, you don't give up Mortal Kombat. And so, are you going to buy another realm and be like, all right, we're doing something new?
Well, they would probably like lease out the rights, right? And
They
like,
try to,
yeah, they would have you work on that for them, and they would get a piece of that.
Like
but-
Rocksteady's a similar thing of, that's a talented studio, or at least a studio that has put out bangers in the past. It's been a while, right? And they're coming off of a big L with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But like, I think Rocksteady is also a tough sell without any IP with them.
I think you've nailed it, Bless. I think we all know it, right? Of like, the games are very much not the selling piece of this, and the two companies that are currently at play for this, these are going to be cut, right? Which means those studios will dissolve and or be sold, but most likely dissolve, and we'll see a lot of talent go off and be unemployed and now have to go to different studios that can bring that talent in, and we'll probably never see these again.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality of what will happen.
Yeah. Bringing in another super chat. Well, this is actually a kind of funny membership message here. Acquisitions bad for consumers and employees, bad for theaters. The incentivification is awful. Also, top 0.1 fan, 861 vids. Keep up the good work, boys. Can't wait to see what year 11 holds. Year 11, can you believe?
That's a lot of videos. We
That is
put
a
out
lot of
like
videos.
almost 900 videos a year. You're pretty close to it.
And most of those videos are over an hour long.
Thank you for watching.
That's crazy.
Thank you for your support.
The amount of content that we put out as an 11-person company, I feel like deserves a kind of funny membership from some of you guys. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Bringing in some more ones for you, more super chats. Nightlife 2025 says it's going to take 2 years. Stop reporting on it.
I mean, of course you're going to report on it because it is the early days of it. It's the interest of it. How in the weeds will we be as a group here? Probably not, like the Microsoft acquisition, right?
Of
like
course, yeah.
The Microsoft one we were in the weeds for because it's gaming at the forefront. We're talking about that all the time. This one will probably go to the wayside until, it's probably gone through, and then we start to hear about these studios and their fate of the video game side of things. We might not talk about it, but also we love talking about entertainment news. We like talking about these things.
Yeah.
Me and Bless just opened up the show talking about Netflix. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Tim Geddes and Greg and the whole squad want to talk about this kind of stuff.
It's also, there's new, like, things happening every other day with this that concerns an aspect of the video game realm. Like, of course we're going to talk about it. Maybe we don't get as involved, like Mike is saying, like, once they get into probably whoever actually buys them goes into a year-long process of being in courts or whatever. Maybe report some, WB game stuff that ever comes out of that. But, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
tell us what to report on.
I think Nightlife is just feeling the fatigue of what was the year's conversations about Activision and Microsoft, but that's news. This is a news show. It's a daily news show also, so I'm gonna put whatever in the show that I like. Hey, listen, you want to talk about slow news days? Like I'm putting together a news show every single day.
I want you to know at 9:45, Bless had one news story in here. So
Yes.
there's not much going on here.
Yeah, like I gotta pull in what I can, and so guess what? If there's a fucking morsel of WB game shit for us to talk about, I'm gonna talk about it. Anyway, Science Official here says. Or Science Dog Official, that's what it is, says it's bullshit. Barista Brand says they're just salty they didn't win.
Yeah, I saw some people in chat saying, I don't know where they're getting this from, of this seems to be the same deal that they offered originally, but they're just like making it more public, and now with like the pressure of our administration getting involved. Yeah. God.
Let's bring in story number 2 because it's a related one. This is a report I'm pulling from GameSpot. Netflix considered buying EA. This is from Blair Marnell at GameSpot. As 2025 winds down, the new biggest potential acquisitions of the year appear to be the $55 billion deal for EA by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund and other investors, and the more recent proposed $82 billion agreement for Netflix to buy Warner Brothers Studios. Now, a new report suggests that Netflix once considered buying EA and 2 other movie studios before the Warner Brothers negotiations came together. According to Bloomberg, Netflix executives previously debated whether the streamer should place bids for EA, Fox, and Disney. Sure. However,
we've heard this before.
Yeah.
Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo, so like we know that they're looking at everything.
Yeah, fucking Kind of Funny is gonna buy IGN next. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
We know that.
However, the management team reportedly couldn't agree on a deal and feared that its interest in those companies would hurt its standing with investors. The report doesn't include the details about when Netflix considered these acquisitions, especially since Disney is usually the company that buys other studios, including Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. Disney purchased Fox's entertainment assets in 2019 following an extended approval process from government agencies around the world. Neither the Warner Brothers nor the EA deals are guaranteed to go forward, since both of them have to win regulatory approval after facing heavy scrutiny. Both, however, have major implications for the video game industry. This is more of an interesting one than anything.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about these acquisition mergers before. There is a team inside of these large companies that are throwing darts on the board, always looking at different companies and having sales pitches for them. Why not? Should we be making a move on this? And when you think of Netflix's long history, right, there are years there at the beginning that they probably were looking at a company like Disney, right? And now when they step into the video game space, I'm sure every name in the video game world was on that, right? From EA to anything in between. Would this been a better move, right? Would this have been a good move for them? What if they did buy EA? Would we be talking about them in the gaming space differently at this point, right? Would they have succeeded?
I like this question. What if they did buy EA? Mike, what does that look like? A Netflix-owned EA to you? Are we getting...
Well, we're sticking with the microtransactions, that's for sure, because that's a winning formula.
Are we putting the EA games on... I guess mobile maybe becomes a bigger push for, like, you know, maybe selling Netflix memberships as a way to get into playing EA Sports FC?
Yeah, I think that's
such a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah.
How many moving parts are involved there?
You have the Wrexham doc, would have been great to play into EA Sports FC. That would have been a double win for them, right? With the starting of live streaming sports, they have football sometimes on Christmas Day, I think. So like they're already dipping their toes into sports, right? And like EA with a large sports lineup plus watching and streaming sports, that's an easy win. Certain games lend themselves to that.
God.
But like
the fucking BioWare Stranger Things game that would fucking come out.
But 100%. I mean, I'm sure if they could have made
Demon Hunters from Respawn,
that would have been happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they could have made that work for the right dollar amount, they would have done that, of course, right? It's like they wanted to make a splash in the gaming space. They've gone smaller than an EA, that's for sure. That would have been mega buku bucks to do, right?
Of
but
course.
like they would have done that. We're seeing now phones are getting stronger. Streaming is getting more prevalent everywhere. Like you can play these games that we kind of think to ourselves like that's a console or PC only game. You can play them anywhere now. Like a lot of technology is allowing you to do that. And if Netflix could have got their hands on that and figured that out, they would have been all over that.
Mike, I want to keep talking to you about EA, but before we do, I want to talk to the audience about patreon.com/kindoffunny and youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, where you can get the Kind of Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. Speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Stormlancers. If you're looking for your next great co-op obsession, check out Stormlancers, a retro-inspired roguelite with anime energy and chaotic action. In Stormlancers, you and a friend crash land on a dying alien planet charged with unstable magic. It's fast, fluid, and the action is non-stop, but this roguelite isn't about flawless runs. The devs call it Crash Out Co-op because the real fun comes from those chaotic party moments, like messing up, reviving your partner at the last second, and carving up enemy hordes with your newly unlocked powers. Invite a friend for old school couch co-op or team up online. On PC and Nintendo Switch 2, only one of you needs to own the game. Steam's Remote Play Together and Switch 2's Game Share lets you hop online with a friend instantly. One copy, 2 players. Stormlancers hits PC and Nintendo Switch 2 on December 9th, so wishlist now. This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Let's talk gifts. Not the kind that get tossed in a drawer, but the kind that actually get used and appreciated. The holidays are coming up fast, and Shady Rays sunglasses are an easy win. Every pair is polarized, durable, and lightweight. They've got a ton of great-looking, high-performance styles that hold up no matter what you throw at them. And the price? Way less than you'd expect for the quality. And here's what sets them apart. If you lose or break your shades, Shady Rays has your back with their lost and broken protection. So whether you're picking up a pair for someone on your list or grabbing one for yourself, Shady Rays makes gifting simple. Quality built, looks great, and actually worth it. Start your holiday gifting early and head to shadyrays.com using code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Go to shadyrays.com, use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Again, that's shadyrays.com. Use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. This episode's brought to you by Aura Frames. If you are a last-minute shopper, don't worry at all. I have the perfect gift that solves all the problems you might be having. No lie, Aura Frames are undeniably the best gift I've ever given, and I'm going to be sad when I run out of people to give it to, because I'll never give a gift this great again. Families, friends, partners, everyone loves being able to have beautiful frames showing off their loved ones and all of their favorite memories. And also, it's so easy to add the photos using the Aura app. It's set up to go right out of the box. There's unlimited storage, so you can add as many photos and videos as you can find. Just download the Aura app and connect to Wi-Fi with no hidden fees. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code KINDAFUNNY at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support our show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
And we're back with breaking news.
Oh,
This comes from Wario64. New Tomb Raider announcement teased for the Game Awards. Barrett, I put a link like right before story number 3 if you want to bring up this tweet. I don't know where Wario. I assume Wario's probably pulling this from like Crystal Dynamics. It just came in, so I'm trying to break this down. But new Tomb Raider happening. After
we knew
those
that was
layoffs,
happening, right?
Yeah, we knew that
Yeah,
was happening.
yeah,
but like they just laid people off like 2 weeks ago.
It is crazy to think of like how Crystal
One of
Dynamics
those
has
people
been going
being our
on.
friends as well.
Yeah. But that's awesome. Okay, as a fan of Tomb Raider, that's awesome. I'm very excited about that.
Mhm.
I believe they're coming out with season 2 of the Netflix show as well this week or next. So like good
Already?
synergy there.
Yeah.
I like that. I like Tomb Raider a lot. I think the last 3 were fantastic, right? A nice little reintroduction of Tomb Raider in the modern age was really good right there.
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics, of course, known for Tomb Raider at this point. They love Tomb Raider. They've gone through a lot, right? With,
Yep.
of course, the partnership with Xbox and the initiative with Perfect Dark and that kind of falling through, them not really being in the strongest place anymore. Hopefully this is good. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, again, I'm still finding. Oh, here we go. It's from Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley tweets out, Lara Croft returns at the Game Awards, as just revealed in the Game Awards vote in Fortnite map portal. Jesus Christ. Tune in Thursday night for a look at the future of one of gaming's most iconic franchises, Tomb Raider. This is one you won't want to miss.
So now why are we putting these out early? I thought we were doing a prediction show to make some guesses. I thought Jeff wanted to wow me. Why are we putting things out early?
Now, do you know what's going to wow you? It's the trailer. When you see Lara Croft fully rendered, yeah, that's gonna be. I don't know, man. I don't like this either.
I was gonna ask, do you like this? Like,
I don't
I'd
like
rather
this,
see
no.
the crazy Diablo Soros gate out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah,
than this.
yes, 100%.
Keep me teeth.
Which, like, we gotta
Put
talk
the
about.
crazy ice climbing pickaxe out on the floor or something, and then just leave it at that.
We gotta talk about something. First of all, to put a ball on this,
Yeah.
I'm having this unique thing, right? This unique feeling that I don't often get with this, where any other day you announce a new Tomb Raider, I'm like, oh shit, all right, that's cool. Let's see what it is. I'm so like, I don't really care about this for the fact that multiple of my friends got laid off a few weeks ago from Crystal Dynamics. Like, they're in the doghouse for me right now.
You got a
Where I
personal
look at
feeling.
this and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck y'all. Yeah, I got personal feelings tied to it. Fuck y'all.
Damn, bless. Okay, yeah, I feel that, bro.
So that's one thing. The other thing is that
I feel bad now for feeling good about it.
no, it's fine for you to feel
Okay.
good. I'm not trying to make you feel bad for feeling good. I'm just saying that I feel bad about this. Because fucking, I don't know, do better. Anyway, we gotta talk about how that statue out in the middle of nowhere, that shit's working.
Still no answers.
That shit is working.
You don't know what that is.
The way that
is that God of War? I don't know.
I've seen gaming Twitter on fire about the statue, fucking guessing things. Everybody's confirming like, no, it's not us. Corbolog's like, no, it's not us.
But I do love that like some small studios are like it. We have to admit it's us, and it's like a cozy game or some shit that they're promoting. It's like there's just like a fun like bit I think also going.
What's up with the thickness is right.
What's up with the thickness? And so whoever came up with it, at first I was kind of like, all right, whatever, a statue, but this seems to be the biggest mystery.
This is fun.
Yeah.
If we lived close to that, we would have drove out to it.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? If we were close to that, we would have driven out to it.
What do you think it is?
What do I truly think it is?
Yeah.
I do think it's Diablo. I had some bigger guesses. I mean, of course, like my guesses range similar to the internet. There was some God of War feel in there. There was definitely some Soros feel in there.
Yeah.
There's definitely some God of War or Diablo stuff that I lean towards in that, you know, but like you take a look, you can go anywhere, right? What's the one that me and Greg like that's Diablo like, but it's not Diablo?
Oh, yes.
Pillars of Eternity 2?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. It's the newest one. Chat will correct me. They know what I'm talking about.
Path of Exile?
Path of Exile, too. Thank you, PoE.
PoE.
Yes, Path of Exile. Could be Baldur's Gate. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's giving vibes of anything.
Yeah. That's the powerful thing about the statue is that it's giving vibes of anything. They got a fucking weird spider fucking orifice. I don't know. They got a weird looking thing. They got like a dinosaur in that thing.
Yes.
They got like enough variety where I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Fat CJ in the chat makes a very bold prediction, but a funny one. Can't wait for it to be Black Ops 8.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Now that would be lit.
That'd be lit.
That would be lit.
But yeah. We'll see what's up with Tomb Raider. Story number 3. Yeah. Let's keep on the EA train. EA has no plans to make a new Dead Space. This is Mike Strahl at Insider Gaming. EA isn't looking to bring back Dead Space in the near future. As first reported on the latest episode of Insider Gaming Weekly, sources have told Insider Gaming that the series has been put on ice. That's based on internal messaging happening within the company. Sources added that with the direction of EA, they don't expect the series to be picked back up anytime soon. This includes the idea of a remake, reboot, or sequel. That said, there's still a future for the 17-year-old series, with reports that the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund being in a tough spot financially after the EA sale. Those who spoke under the condition of anonymity are hoping that EA, under the new ownership, would want to sell the IP. Jesus. This isn't saying EA is actively looking to sell the series. This is from people, this is from talking with a few people in the company that feel EA could sell it to try and pay off the debt and recoup some of the money after the deal closes next year.
I'm trying to find sales of the recent Dead Space remake, right?
Yeah.
To find out where that is. Of course, Google AI right now is telling me 2 million copies. I am trying to click through some other links to see where that is at. But like, to me, Dead Space is a very interesting one. I think there's a lot of nostalgia, a lot of love for Dead Space. I think the IP, the themes, the vibes of what Dead Space is can make for a really great third-person, over-the-shoulder action adventure game and set in a horror area that's like super fun, right? Like I think it has the mix of that, right? I also do think that like Dead Space is kind of old at this point, and it's one of those of like we kind of keep lassoing these older IPs to try to come back into the new age, and they don't hit quite as well. We're definitely seeing like a surge of single player games showing that like they sell well, but then have a big tail off right there. And developers not loving that big tail off, and they want to follow these trends of online service games. And so it's tough right now to be like, yeah, in 2025 and beyond, we should double down on Dead Space right here for me.
Yeah. This is a weird one. I have my doubts that they'd sell the Dead Space IP. I know they kind of infer that from the people they're talking about. It sounds like even they're just speculating. I find it tough just because of the way these big corporations work of like, hey, unless we're going to sell it for a lot of money, which I don't know if people are going to buy it for a lot of money. It's like they're going to sit on it until they can make another remake 20 years from now or whatever. Yeah. You know, I think for them, they might see that as more valuable than just selling it off. Cause then it's like, is EA going to go on a fucking like garage sale of just a bunch of their different IP. Like, why are you going to sell Dead Space? Even if you have no plans for it, I just think there's too much greed there for them to.
Yeah, Dead Space stays because we'll eventually circle back to it.
Yeah,
7-10 years from now, we'll circle back and we'll get to it. They have their established. Here are the big name IPs that we will continue to cycle through. You know, we're going to stick with The Sims. We're going to stick with our sports games. We have Respawn and what they're doing with their partnership with Star Wars. They have Apex Legends, Titanfall, Dead Space. These are all things in my back pocket that we could pull out at any moment.
That's very generous
right now.
Titanfall.
Is it?
Titanfall ain't even Dead Space.
We still hold on. We still hold on.
Titanfall's fucking dead.
You know, Titanfall right now could make a splash.
I mean, I agree.
Titanfall still could make a splash, but we say that with both of those games.
But like EA doesn't think that though.
Yeah.
EA does not believe that Titanfall can make a splash. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like such a weird decision to not continue to make Dead Space. I guess it's not weird if they were seeing the numbers and just going, we want this to sell 5 million, not 2 million.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give it credit, though. Like, Dead Space did come out with this remake at the time where there was another company making, like, an exact carbon copy of it, which was...
Callisto Protocol.
Unless
you're talking about Fort Solace.
Okay, well, then a couple games came out later. Yeah. But, like, you have to give it credit. Dead Space is still great. Dead Space, the remake, was fantastic. People chose that over Callisto Protocol that could not find its footing, did not deliver on what it was supposed to be. That was a game that needed a sequel to be better, as opposed to Dead Space, which was just better at the time, ready to go. EA clearly saw the numbers and was not going, let's double down. It's time to make Dead Space Remake 2 or just make a new game.
Yeah. Let's bring in story number 4. Tekken director Katsuhiro Harada is leaving Bandai Namco after 31 years. This is Kenneth Shepard at Kotaku. Harada, veteran poster and the director of the Tekken series, has announced he is leaving Bandai Namco after 31 years. In a lengthy post on his X account, Harada said that the end of 2025 will see him leave the company, and that with Tekken reaching its 30th anniversary last year, right now felt like, quote, the most fitting moment to bring this chapter of his life to a close. Harada reflected on his roots, which involved promoting Tekken to players in Japanese arcades. He says that those days immersed in local fighting scenes, both in Japan and in community centers overseas, quote, became the core of who he was as a developer and game creator, end quote. While reflecting on the past, Harada also said that recent personal tragedies and professional movement helped him come to this decision. His words quietly supported me. I just added the thing here that I wasn't supposed to keep here. Continuing on with the article, over the past 4 to 5 years, I've gradually handed over all my responsibilities, as well as the stories and world building I oversaw, to the team, bringing me to the present day. Harada signs off by saying he will still be attending the Tekken World Tour Finals in January as a guest, and by dropping an hour-long Tekken mix called Tekken, a 30-year journey, Harada's final mix on SoundCloud.
That's nasty.
Is there a way, can we look into this mix on SoundCloud? I want to do the music review of Harada's final mix.
Yeah, that's cool.
But shout out Harada, of course.
Congratulations.
Tekken at this point, probably just one of my favorite video game franchises. Fucking Tekken 8.
Out.
I put in so many. Tekken as a series, I put in so many hours. And like my love for fighting games is probably most crystallized with Tekken and how that has stood the test of time and how that is, like, for me, in my opinion, just has been the best 3D fighter throughout its years of existing. Mm-hmm. And, you know, most of that is due to Harada leading the ship over the last 30 years of this. And so shout out Harada, shout out for him being a veteran poster also, as this article calls
shout out, man. Yeah,
he's on Twitter just talking.
Congratulations. I will say King is one of my most recognizable video game characters, bless.
I can see that.
You and I talk about, like, me and my fighting game knowledge and what I like and how little I play of it. It's crazy that King of all characters, out of all the space, is one of that's probably top 5 most recognizable fighting game characters for me.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Behind only, like, Scorpion.
So, like, here we go. Barrett found the SoundCloud.
Dude. He's got
hit play on this. How long is it? Oh, do you have to have an account?
Oh, I have to be logged in. I'm not going to do that right now.
It's all good. It's all good. I don't know why, for me, logging into SoundCloud is always just, like, such an adventure. Because they don't make it easy.
No. I was paying for SoundCloud for, like, years.
No, you weren't. You were paying for SoundCloud?
Well, how do you even pay?
Roger finally fixed it.
Were you uploading albums? Like,
I was uploading shit.
Wait, were you really?
Yeah, I was uploading the podcast.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Then I lost it, and I hadn't uploaded for, like, 3 years, and then Roger had to step in. Thanks, Roger.
See, there's some music on SoundCloud that I still have to go to SoundCloud to listen to because people don't put them on other platforms.
Yeah.
Doja Cat has it's called? I think it's called Nintendo. Maybe she has a song that like samples the GameCube starting theme.
Oh, that's sick.
And it's on SoundCloud, and I always go to SoundCloud to listen to it because it's fire. Story number 5. Skate story reviews are out. We got a review roundup for you. This comes from, it's sitting on Metacritic at an 81, on OpenCritic at an 85. I'm going to pull from Oliver Revolta at Nintendo Life, who gave it an 8 out of 10 and says, there are moments of gameplay during the climax of Skate Story that are some of the most visceral, original, and downright impressive that I've experienced for a very long time. It's great feeling skating isn't always pushed to its limits, but the sheer craft, personality, and audio-visual flair throughout largely compensate. Overall, Skate Story is an enjoyable, offbeat adventure game with a striking, unique identity. It might not be difficult, but if its tone speaks to you, you'll find plenty to appreciate for its relatively short duration. Sliding at speed around corners, landing shove-its, jumping across crevices, grinding through crystalline underworlds, and yes, eating moons, all to a superb soundtrack. Justin Towell at Games Radar gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars and says Skate Story is a fine work of art. It's also a good skateboarding game, but one that's subsumed by heavy screen filters and the wild storyline. Provided it doesn't make you feel unwell, there's a few hours of well-crafted entertainment as art here that you certainly won't forget in a hurry. And then lastly, I'll pull from Stacey Henley at The Gamer, who also gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars and says, the skate part of Skate Story is very good, offering variety, pace, and a unique approach to boss battles. But it's less intricate by design than other skating sims, and that's to make room for the story part. Your mileage may vary on this, and there's clearly a lot of thought gone into every element, but sometimes so much of it comes off as noise. Or maybe you're smarter than me, and you'll just get it.
Okay. Bless, this is one that a lot of people said I might like. I have not played this at all. I know we've been patiently waiting for like 5 years since it was announced, I believe, is the timeline on this. I don't know. Do you think I would like this?
I think you would like this, especially because it's a short experience. I played the demo, and then even of the review copy that we got, I booted it up and was like not immediately pulled into it. I think mainly because it is one of the reviews kind of alludes to it. It feels like it leans more toward the art and the storytelling side than the skating mechanics side. And playing it as somebody who likes skate, right? We have such a big skate office here. As somebody who likes those games, I think I just wanted something to give me the feel of playing skate. And as soon as I played like the first kind of open level that you skate around to try and figure out what you're supposed to do next, is very kind of abstract as far as how it directs you. You kind of have to figure things out. I just didn't like the feel of it immediately. I would have preferred to just tab over and play skate instead, because here you're using the buttons as opposed to the right analog stick, which is the way you play skate, right? It is, you flick down and up to ollie. You're doing, different movements with the stick to do your heel flip, do your kick flip, do your shove-its, do your different moves. Here, it's all on the buttons. You're pressing a face button to jump. You're using the bumpers for modifiers to do your kick flips.
So almost like Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk, but except it's skate. Like, it feels more like a skate than a Tony Hawk, but the control scheme is just on the buttons, which I don't like.
Interesting.
And so I want to go back to it to give it more of a chance, because I think there's definitely something valuable here as far as what it wants to do with its story and stuff. It reminds me of how I felt about Keeper, where Keeper I loved playing so much for the experience of it. And I think this game wants to do more of that than to be a hardcore skate game. But I think I just wasn't in the mood for it at the time I booted it up. But I do want to go back to it and play through it, knowing that it's a shorter experience.
OpenCritic 85, Metacritic 81.
Great.
I like that.
Great scores.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's move on to story number 6. We'll know the Phantom Blade Zero release date at Game Awards. This comes from at the Game Awards on Twitter, where they tweeted out, hashtag Phantom Blade Zero promised to reveal its release date in 2025. Next Thursday, The Lion Awakens. The world premiere announcement arrives at the Game Awards. Now, Mike, I just want to issue a correction here, because Jeff is wrong about this, or the Game Awards account also is wrong about this, because they didn't promise to reveal its release date. They promised to reveal its release year.
Stop
in 2025.
Stop it.
They did. Yes.
Not a year.
They said
I think can't do a year.
No, but I think here's the thing. Game Awards is confirming, though. I take this as confirmation that we're getting the exact
actual date. But yeah, when they said earlier in the year, Mike, they're like, you'll know the release year this year.
Yeah, that was their original wording. So
have they followed up on that?
No. I think this is Game Awards kind of like rewriting that a little
Just
bit.
so you know, after this tweet right here, and now my expectations being set, there is no way that this trailer can come out and just hit with either 2026 or 2027.
I agree.
I would
you'll
be
get a
very
date.
disappointed.
I agree. You're gonna get a release.
I
date.
need a full date.
You're gonna get a release date.
First
Jeff
quarter?
knows words. So
First half, first quarter. Now
First
let's
half.
start being for real.
first half,
I'm gonna say that late summer.
late summer.
Like,
I think
you're
that's a good
thinking
spot
August,
for it.
Barrett?
Yeah, like late July, maybe that August.
You ready for this?
Mhm.
February.
Wow.
No shot. No shot.
February.
No shot.
Do you lick your fingers before you throw
No,
a
it's
dart?
like when I have a dart. Yeah, I lick the dart. Just let
Why?
it, throwing it in there.
Is what I'll say. June 5th.
June 5th.
June 5th.
My anniversary? Wow.
Yeah.
Right before the game.
They saw. They heard Barrett got married on June 5th.
And they're like, damn, that's a good date.
We're gonna give Andy a little treat for Barrett's anniversary.
Are you getting into this?
Oh,
Is
Mike,
this
yes.
going to be the one for you?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I have fallen off the. Now I know
Mike, you know which game this is, right?
genres blend. Yes, I know this is the cool one.
This is the one. This is the fucking.
But like here, I have fallen off the train of a lot of these. I want to call them just action adventure games, but I know
You can say like Souls like,
yeah, Souls like
Sekiro like.
I have fallen off a lot of these Souls like games
Yeah,
in recent years. Liza P DLC. I'm looking at you. I'm so sorry. You know what I mean?
I understand that. I'm with you.
But like, is this gonna be the one?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Having played the demo at Summer Game Fest a few years ago, that shit was hidden. Every single thing they've shown so far has been fucking fire. Bear, what do you think?
Yeah, I also think this looks rad. Wasn't there? They showed a gameplay trailer of like a boss. I think earlier this year. I'm trying to pull it up. Yeah, this fight right here looked fucking insane.
Is this the one where the boss splits into a bunch of different things?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sandy
you'll
showed
see
us
him
this
here.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks insane, and I didn't really know much about this game before seeing this, and this is stuck with me through the year. I'm really excited about this. But sorry, I came up because someone in chat reminded. Do we want to do a pizza bet?
Sure.
Do we want to lock
I'll
in
pizza bet.
for a month at least?
We can do month.
Well, what if we do quarter? Because you're saying June, so you get the second quarter of the year.
Yeah.
Barrett's saying late summer, that would be the third quarter.
Okay.
And I'm saying the first quarter.
Let's do quarter.
So then
All
we
right.
can each get 3 months instead of just locking it into a month.
I like that.
More
What
chance
happens-
for people to actually win.
What happens if it comes out the fourth quarter?
Andy gets the pizza.
No,
All right,
no
all right.
pizza.
There's no way it comes out the fourth quarter. Here's what I'll say. You might have 0 games come out the fourth quarter because GTA is just sitting there.
You better be ready.
GTA just has a bubble around it right now.
Shall we shake on it?
Yeah, let's shake.
Okay, who's in
First
charge of this?
we'll
Katie Butler?
Katie Butler. Katie G?
Katie G. Thank you, Katie G.
Where'd Butler come
I
from?
don't know. I'm taking a guess, Bless. I'm on this show once a month. What do you want me to do?
Katie G also doesn't really do much of the tracking for this show. I feel
Katie
like.
G, thank you so
She's
much.
more
for
of a
your-
Game
your
Showdown
effort.
person.
Thank you for doing that.
We need to find a pizza bet person. Because I
I
think
thought we
Katie,
made a doc.
Katie G, did we make a doc? Maybe we made a doc. I don't know. We should make a doc.
We should. Also, chat's pointing out he definitely got Butler from Kevin Butler. Because there's a K.
Katie Butler. We need, because Katie G already has so much work that she does for the Game Showdown, especially this season, because teams are changing.
Oh, shucks.
People, it's a whole thing. And so, super chat in if you want to be the pizza bet person. Story number 7, 2XKO for PS5 and Xbox Series launches January 2026. This is from Sal Romano. The PS5 and Xbox Series versions of the free-to-play fighting game 2XKO will launch in January 2026. Developer Riot Games has announced. I don't even think I said Gamatsu. This is from Sal Romano at Gamatsu. Which listing is available now via the PlayStation Store and the Microsoft Store. 2XKO first launched in early access for PC via client download on October 7th. Here's my beef, Mike.
Oh, shit. It's happening.
Here's my beef. I don't know if this is this, so is it the full game
This is early access.
or is this early access?
We get 1.0.
I hate the launch of this game. I love this game. I've hated the way they've treated this launch.
Are more fighting games moving towards this?
No,
Okay.
unless you're talking about multiverses, because multiverses kind of
Just asking you, like, the state of early access games. And I don't really usually think early access with fighting games, Bless, right? But, like,
Yeah.
this is a game clearly leveraging that of, like, hey, we're doing a lot of beta tests, whatever sort of tests you want to call it. But
I like a beta.
we want people trying this and learning from it. And so, yeah, it feels very early access.
I think that's more of a Riot thing than a fighting game thing. Because like most of the major fighting games we've gotten this generation have had a solid, hey, here's a release date that's on every platform. Riot, I think they're working off of what they've done before. Not that Valorant did the same thing, but like they're in the free-to-play market. They're more experimentative with how they want to release things, and they want to build things with the audience, which is commendable. But I just think it gets kind of confused and kind of weird as far as, okay, we're launching an early access on PC. Now we're doing open closed early access. I don't even know. And now 2 months later, it's out on console. And I'm like, okay, so is that 1.0? Is that also 1.0 on PC?
Chat's saying that it's early access now, right?
Yes.
So I would imagine this is them doing their 1.0. Also, I'm sorry, but a very important update. Katie Butler 13 in the Twitch chat says, basically had whiplash hearing my name out of the blue. I am happy to help with pizza bets. God fucking damn it. How does this man fail upwards?
This man invented a Katie Butler.
Thanks, Katie Butler.
This man, here's the thing.
Fuck?
Mike might have, like, we got to look into the supernatural ability that this man has, because Mike just might will things into existence. Katie Butler, you need...
Thanks, Katie.
Look into your history. Do you have parents? Like, did you just fucking appear? Because
Do
Mike
I have a belly
said
button?
so.
That's what people want to know.
Do you have a belly button, Katie Butler? Let us know. Mike.
I mean, I want to play this. I want this to be us, you and I.
Dude, I'm down.
So, like, the more and more that we get towards this, like, official outing and just more people playing it, I'm all in.
Hey.
I cannot wait to play this.
Mike and Bless, Evo 2026.
Write it down,
Come
chat. Write it down. We're going.
Come on.
It's going to be us.
What if Phantom Blade Zero releases that same day?
Changes everything.
Mike, Katie Butler being a real person that existed before you willing her into existence, that'd be big.
Fake news.
That'd be a big discovery for her to make. But if I wanted something smaller, say the tiniest news I needed to know about, where would I go?
You'd go to our last story, the Wii News. All the small news items you need to know about.
Story number 8, Wii News. From Noble, a normal lost phone, another lost phone lore story, and alt frequencies are getting delisted. Those are 3 different games. Are getting delisted on January 30th, 2026. They're currently on sale for less than $1 if you want to go buy them right now, which you should.
Yes. Always sucks losing games like this. So if you like those games, if you ever thought about it, get on it.
From Gamatsu, Holston is to be published by Team 17. I believe Holston is that Resident Evil looking game where it's like top-down Resident Evil, but then you aim and then it all of a sudden looks like a modern Resident Evil.
Got the Team 17 for publishing a lot of games.
Yeah.
I like Team 17.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong about that, because I did not look up Holston before this. I'm pretty sure. I'm a strong 75% sure that's
survival game.
Cassette Boy launches January 15th on Xbox One and Series, PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. Despelote is coming to Switch 1 and 2. Did I nail it? Oh, or you just snap it at Despelote.
Yeah.
Shout out to Despelote. And finally, System Shock Remake for Switch 2 and Switch launches December 18th. And that is it for Wii News. Let's hop into
Not bad.
Super Chats, see what y'all are saying. Y'all are saying a lot in here. Aaron writes in and says, I literally just checked the year of the Snake trailer for Phantom Blade Zero. It says release date announced in 2025, not release year.
There you go. They got you a date. They're ready. They're ready.
This is definitely a Mandela effect thing.
I could have sworn it was we'll know the release year.
I could have sworn
something
the same thing.
that like Andy thought, and then he's just made us believe that that's what they said.
I feel like they must have said that somewhere else then. I swear to God, somewhere they said release year.
I'm on it. I'll look it up.
Maybe it was a translation thing.
Maybe.
DJ Do It says, calling it Statue is Beyond Good and Evil 2. Ubisoft delayed earnings reports because this stunt/game will save the company. I/tendrils are Dom Z. The earnings reports came out though. That's the one flaw in this argument. But
they had Mike working the books and he got lost. He had a couple too many calculations on that. We had to postpone for a week.
Let's see here. That Asian one says, just wanted to say that I finally had time to binge watch all of Mike's playthrough of Final Fantasy X. What an adventure. Happy Monday.
Thank you so much, man. That game has a lasting impact on me, Bless. I want you to know that.
Hell yeah.
That game forever has changed my life.
Dude, I love games like that. That's me with Outer Wilds this year. Every time I think about Outer Wilds, I get warm feelings inside.
That's good, Bless.
Sergio Maldonado writes in and says, watching on a delay here, Stranger Things Season 5 bad.
Whoa. Stranger Things Season 5 bad.
That's what Sergio says.
I'm feeling it, Serge. Okay.
I'm liking it so far.
I'm liking it.
But I'm easy when it comes to Stranger Things.
I'm easy.
Yeah. I'm not that like I'm not watching Stranger Things to get like I don't know a fucking A24
doctorate.
Yeah, or a doctorate. I'm not getting that deep, but I'm just gonna be
I'm
entertained.
just here to see 11 fucking do some crazy shit with her hair and start bleeding out of her nose. That's what I'm here for.
God, I
Will
love.
she eat some Eggo waffles? I don't know. Maybe.
I love when 11 goes off.
Like that's what I'm here for.
That's my favorite part of the show.
I'm here for when they bring back 80s music and like make it go viral again. Remember Running Up That Hill, Bless? God damn.
I mean,
running up that hill.
The goosies, and he'd be like, I'm freaking out. They got the goosies.
I'm here for like when the Demogorgon shows up and starts fucking shit up. I love a Demogorgon.
How do you kill a Demogorgon?
I mean, I don't know if anybody knows. They don't know apparently.
Flamethrowers, right?
Yeah, I think it's weak against fire.
Or they just like
but it doesn't
beat
kill
the shit
it.
out of it too.
Yeah. Or just 11 have to rip it in half.
We got to talk about when you make too much of a TV show to where the bad guy starts looking like a bitch. Because like they were kind of, I don't like not spoilers, right? But the Demogorgon just isn't as scary as it was in season 1 anymore.
Well, he's not. They're not the guy anymore. We made that giant spider guy
It's
at the
Vecna.
mall. Vecna now.
Yeah,
we got a lot of people.
But like that's the thing is when you start meeting the boss's boss, and then like the little boss is like, oh, okay, well then we're just gonna fucking punch you in the face type shit. All right, we'll just fucking kick you in the shin. Like put some more respect on the Demogorgon is what I'm saying. We got another one from Erdnot who says Ellison wants Warner Brothers Discovery for political reasons. Any acquisition he's chasing this hard is bad news.
Ooh.
Davis says Mass Effect in the style of Black Mirror Bandersnatch. No, absolutely not. Yuck. Did you watch Bandersnatch?
No, I haven't watched any of those. Black Mirror's too scary for me.
Oh, dude, I love Black Mirror. It's the thing that I'm realizing. Like, I don't know what you call it, but the Black Mirror, the Pluribus, the Severance, that's peak. If you're trying to figure out what Blessing's taste in TV is, it's what those are. I fucking love that shit. Give me weird sci-fi, unique setups. You know, something sinister beneath the surface of an innocent concept.
You're in.
I'm in. Give me themes.
Give me themes.
Give me
dead
themes.
wife.
Motor World says also did Snow White might just get a fresh fade. Looking good, bro.
I did. Roger's first words to me when he came into the office after being gone for 3.5 weeks was, "Damn, you need a haircut," and it really hurt me because I had recently got a haircut, and I just said leave the top long. Because, like, sometimes I like getting for the crazy rooster look, you know?
Yeah.
But I also know that means everything kind of gets kind of mumbo-jumboed there.
Yeah.
And so he looked at me, he's like, you got to get a haircut, which then means I had to call up Rob at the top of the hill and go see Rob right away. Thankfully, he was able to fit me in to his very busy schedule. Okay, he just got engaged.
Wow,
Family wants to see Rob and the fiance. You know what I mean? His life is very busy, and God starting Roger out here fucking taking cheap shots at me.
It's fucked up, Roger.
Doesn't want to tell me, hey, Mike, I missed you. Hope you had a great 3 weeks without me. I know it was probably long and boring.
Also, people in chat are giving me TV show suggestions.
Oh,
tweet them at me or Blue Sky them, BS them at me. That's BS them. Because like I want your suggestions. If you have shows that are like the ones I just mentioned.
Man in the High Castle, Man in the High Tower. Have you watched that one?
No.
Oh,
that's
like
one.
That one
okay. Somebody said Leftovers in chat. Somebody else said Devs. I know Andy likes Devs. I watched the first episode of Devs actually. Maybe I go back to it. We got another super chat here from BraveStar96 who says, "Hey guys, want to give a late birthday tax to donate, as well as wanted to say thank you guys for everything you do. Your work genuinely means a lot. Hope your December is treating you better, and as always, y'all in chat rock." Thank you so much, BraveStar96. That's very beautiful. There were a few I missed at the beginning of the show, so let me read these and then we'll get out of here. Dane Star says, played the Death Howl demo this weekend. That game is going to be special. The story and card mechanics are incredible. Oh yeah, I can't wait for that one. Cozy Bear writes in with some fresh Monday venting. I beat Prime 4 today, and it's the most disappointed I've been with any Metroid game.
Whoa.
No hate for its NPCs, but can't stand its bastardization of the Metroidvania formula.
Whoa.
Wow.
Bastardization?
A damning review from Cozy Bear.
Wow. I wonder what they mean by bastardization. Because, like, I'm feeling the Metroidvania, like, design so far. And it's like, yeah, there's, like, a little, like, miniature open world in the middle of it all. But, like, I'm vibing with it. I'm having a fun time.
Is it the scanning? Maybe
No, because people love the scanning.
Maybe
No,
I'm
if he
scanning
likes
everything.
Metroid, he loves scanning, yeah. This is what I'll say.
He loves scanning.
Is that, you know, I played enough. I've met Millie Mac, Miles McKenzie.
Oh.
And when I tell you that I couldn't imagine being on the preview for this game where you meet Miles McKenzie and it's like, what the fuck?
Millie Mac.
Millie Mac. Because, like, I'm sure over time it's like, okay, who gives a fuck about Millie Mac? But, like, imagine they just give you the first hour of the game and you're faced with Millie Mac. I wouldn't know how to write that preview, bro. Because it's like, oh, yeah, the game is Metroid, and then they introduce this
Millie Mac.
They introduce Millie Mac. And it's like, who are you?
But it's great. Like, they use Millie Mac in those first couple hours, I think, personally, very well. Because then once you get cut off from Millie Mac, that feeling of isolation, I think, takes over so well in, you know, what we felt in other Metroid games and what we felt in other shooters like a Halo and stuff. Like, I think they use it, like, well enough to really make you feel like once you're in those dungeons, like, it's all it is you, man.
Now, people are saying I like Pantheon. I gotta look into Pantheon. We got one more from Reshloot who says, happy Monday. Bless, I found your VOD channel and I'm loving the uploads. Mike, I can't wait for you to finish Expedition 33, but goddamn, did you miss so much at the last boss fight you did from not reading?
I didn't miss anything. Impossible.
Fucked up, Mike.
I could read. I could go word for word on the script right now. Put me with the Sandfall Interactive team. I'll go band for band, bar for bar with them.
Who's the old man? What's the old man's name?
Ronald.
Oh God, no! Come on. We're better than this.
Renoir.
Yeah,
there you go.
I can't say my R's, so like I can't do that. But like, here's the.
I don't think the R is the part where you fucked it up.
I don't want to dive deep into spoilers because I want to give the people a chance to play this game. Might be one of the best games of the year. Might be an all-timer. You probably should play this video game. But I'll tell you, it goes all the way to the tippity top.
Yeah.
When you start this game, okay. Some things are happening. Some numbers are being thrown around there. And if you're not of that number, you might not be in the picture, okay? And then at the same time, like, there's a lot of paint, okay? Who's painting what? Who's painting who? I don't know who's painting, okay?
can't say
And
too
there's
much.
a lot of bad guys. See how I'm dancing?
You're dancing. You're dancing.
Well, you know what I mean?
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of bad guys, but also there's not bad guys. There could be good guys, but you don't know which side people are on, you know what I mean? So keep an eye out. This is like when I tried to talk about Silent Hill 2 and I wasn't allowed to talk about Silent Hill 2. And then
Who said you're not allowed to talk
themes
about
of
it?
dead wife out of me.
Because what we got to do, obviously this isn't going to work for every game, especially with embargoes. In fact, most of the time this probably isn't going to work. But first half, spoiler free. Second half, spoil filled. We just got to like say that going, because like I feel like Silent Hill 2, that probably warrants a spoiler section.
That being a remake of a game that was already out, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, but it hit the scene.
It just hit the
It
scene.
re-hit the scene.
Yeah.
It caused a splash. That's a good game. Did you play Silent Hill F yet?
I started it.
That's a good game.
We got a lot more super chats. Sadly, we're out of time for the show, but I wanted to shout out, especially Shelby White here, who says she never super chatted before, but she was a 0.3% listener of ours. Thank you guys so much
thank you.
for all the support. Let's hop into You're Wrong, where you write in, let us know what we got wrong, as we got it wrong, so we can correct it for those watching later on YouTube and listening later on podcast services around the globe. Pockets 3407 says from the Variety article, Paramount's $30 share offer is backed by $40.7 billion in capital from Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison, David Ellison's father, and Redbird Capital Partners, both of which put in the money for Skydance Media's $8 billion acquisition of Paramount Global and funding from the sovereign wealth funds of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi, as well as Affinity Partners, the investment company formed by Jared Kushner, who is Donald Trump's son-in-law, according to the SEC filing by the company.
So you know that money's real.
Yeah. I also read a thing. I was trying to look into this a little bit before the show, and like because I had read that Paramount, I think these are the ties, right? Paramount has ties to the Trump administration, or at least like the CEO.
Well, Ellison's, maybe they're a little cool with fascism, and maybe, they'd be a little bit cool with like turning, news outlets that they might own now and maybe in the future into, mouthpieces for, certain administrations.
But then I saw, I'm double checking before I say this. Yeah, because I saw also Trump this morning slammed the Paramount Skydance deal on 60 Minutes. I'm looking at Forbes here. I'm trying to see if I can find top line. President Donald Trump lashed out against lashed out against CBS and Paramount on Monday after Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene criticized him in an interview on 60 Minutes, with Trump claiming the network has gotten worse after being bought out by Skydance, despite his administration blessing the deal. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with Trump.
Well, because they also own, South Park and shit too, right? So like,
Oh,
you know,
sure.
they own things that make fun of him and talk shit about them, and that's partially why like there's I forget what else was canceled that, you know, like decided
One of
to
those
criticize.
talk shows.
Yeah, you know, like that. Like
I guess that makes sense.
his
He's-
fifis are hurt, but you know the money they're still filling everybody's pockets.
Yeah. And then we got one more. You're wrong from Mad Rockdos. Who says 2XKO was in early access since October. They said that the full release was going to start with the console release because they weren't able to do it for the October early access. So season 1 is the full release. So there you go.
Now you ready?
The Game of the Year race for 2026 starts now. Mike, that's it for You're Wrong. And that's it for this episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily. Of course, each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free and get a daily exclusive show. Gamescast after this is going to be our holiday gift-giving guide. If you need any suggestions on what to get your loved ones, your gamers, your nerdy people in your family.
I'm already putting stuff in.
Are you on this one?
I'm putting.
Oh, that's fun.
I want you to know that I've been putting stuff in. I was gonna go with things that I would get for Andy for the holidays, but I'm gonna be selfish and I'm gonna do things that you should buy for Mike,
I like that.
just in case you want to buy me things.
One of my things is definitely
Katie
going to
Butler.
be hey, this is what I want kind of thing. So I get that. Katie Butler. Until next time, Game Daily.
Goodbye.